Welcome in and welcome back to another edition of Weekly Spirit Boost. I'm Tammy Mashaberti, best-selling author of the books. Hold on, I'm just moving Instagram. The Universe is Talking to You and the Higher Help Method. And I teach people how to tap into what I call the Divine Higher Helpline. I'm wearing my 444 angel shirt today. And we're actually going to be talking about your spiritual connection. And I'm going to be explaining why we need to constantly strengthen that connection and how to do that. And it's so key. It's key to everything that we are doing in this world, manifesting, opening up to signs, improving our mood, improving our health. It's key to so many things. And most of us don't make it a priority. And sometimes we do make it a priority, but we will kind of drift off, if you will, kind of fall off track a little bit with it. And so it's just key. And it's the fall and it's the beginning of, really like just the holidays and just a lot of stuff going on. And so now more than ever, we need to make sure that we are centered, that we are balanced, that we are connected, that we are in flow, that we are aligned to what we desire. And I'm going to share why and I'm going to share how in this. So let's start with the why. I talked about it a little bit, right? You want to feel good. You want to be open to, not just be open to, but you want to actually receive and notice and accept the signs and the guidance that is always coming to us from our loved ones on the other side, from the universe, from our angels and guides, from all of the higher helpers that, we might be working with or asking for help from, or that are just around us. And so, because they're coming all the time, right? Especially when we ask for them. So you want to be open to that. You want to receive it because why? It makes your life easier. It helps you move forward toward your goals and your desires faster. It will reroute you if you are headed on the wrong track. It will push you forward in a direction that maybe you didn't realize was a direction you needed to go so that you could get to where you want to get or somewhere better, right? We are constantly being guided. We need to be open to that guidance. Your spiritual connection is the key to that. So you want to feel good. You want to be open to the signs and you want to be in alignment with the things you are trying to create. I know all of us right now are trying to create some type of positive change in one or more areas of our lives, right? So you want to be in alignment with that. You want to be creating that faster and not hindering or blocking yourself from creating that. So spiritual connection. It is key to really everything. And I don't care how you define it or how or what your belief system is around what that connection is. I call it the universe. You can call it any name that you want to call it. I call it the universe because I feel like it's a universal term, right? You can call it God, you can call it source, you can call it spirit, you can call it any number of things. That connection is key to joy, to peace, to centered, to happiness. When that is strong, you are in flow. You are in alignment. Things are flowing in easier. Ideas are flowing into you. Chance meetings are happening, right? Those opportunities are just the right people at the right time in the right place just keep happening to you. And you are noticing the guidance that's coming in and you are feeling good and you're feeling that way more than not. If your spiritual connection is weaker, right? Now we are always connected. You can't not be connected, but it's the strength of that connection. It's how open is that flow versus how muddied or, frayed is that connection. And so if your connection is on the weaker, muddied, frayed side, You are stressed. You are worried. You are anxious. You are easily triggered by the things around you, by the people around you, by the situations around you. You are thrown off kilter a lot more easy than if you had that stronger connection. So it's harder for you to maintain that center and that balance. You are not noticing the signs. You might even feel alone, like you're doing everything on your own, forgetting that you have that higher connection available to you at any time and any place and any second. Okay. And things are not flowing easily for you. You know where you are now based on that definition, right? And so it is easier to get back into that alignment and into that flow and strengthening that connection than we think. And I'm going to share with you a few things that you need to be either doing or planning on doing or consciously paying attention to in order to strengthen that connection. Now, I do have to say, I am teaching a 5-day spiritual reboot where just like you reboot the computer or your phone or something is going wrong and everybody's like, just restart it. We're going to do that with your spiritual connection. It is linked below on YouTube and Facebook where I'm going to be live for 5 days. And you're also going to get 5 workbooks. And I'm just going to hold your hand and tell you, here are the tools that you need to use. Here's what you do today. Here's what you do tomorrow. Here's what you do each of the days. And then we're also going to get together live and do some energy clearing and some meditations and all of that. And by the end of the week, if you read the testimonials from the last time I did this, which was 3 years ago, by the end of the week, you're going to be in a different place. So that is linked below on Facebook and YouTube. I will add it into the Instagram bio as well. But here are some of the things that you can do that do not have to take a lot of time. I am not talking about climbing a mountain and meditating for an hour. Okay. I'm not talking about going away to a monastery and meditating for 5 days. Like, that's not, you can do that. It's probably beautiful, amazing, and very peaceful, but you don't have to do that in order to boost this connection. So here are some of the things I want you to either do or pay attention to that can assist you in boosting that connection. Number one, ask for help. Ask for help. Ask the universe for help. There are specific higher helpers that can assist you in it. If you are someone who struggles with doing your spiritual practices on a consistent basis, right? Whether that's meditation, whether that's a ritual that you're doing, whether that is, mini meditations that I share that we're going to be doing in that 5-day spiritual reboot. Here comes Callie and her tail. Whether that is, mantras that you're saying to yourself, journaling, affirmations, whatever it is that you're doing as a spiritual practice, because there are so many things, right? And I teach you, find what works for you and customize it so that you will do it. If you're finding yourself saying like, God, I know I should be doing this, but I'm not doing it. Number one, there could be a block. I had that recently in my own life. I had it recently, and we are actually going to be clearing some blocks during the 5-day reboot. But I actually had a block to my own healing because I had homework that I knew that I needed to do. I got things from my guides. I tested. I was like, here's the plan. This is what I'm going to do. And I found myself only doing part of it. And I was like, why? Why am I only doing part of it? And then I realized, no, there's actually blocks to my own healing that I need to clear, right? So if you're finding yourself not doing the things that you know you need to do that are good for you, that will help you, and you're not doing it, look into why. What is blocking me? Why don't I want to achieve these things? Where is the fear? Where is the payoff that I'm getting for staying where I am? That's first of all. But second of all, you can call in Serapis Bey, who is, I believe he's an Egyptian, like, ascended master. And he can actually help you stay on your spiritual practices. Right? So that is someone. You can call in Archangel Metatron to balance your aura. You can call in, oh my gosh, there's so many different higher helpers. Archangel Faith. to kind of boost you. There's so many people that you can call in if you don't know who they are. And of course, in my higher help method, I give you prayers for that. But I also am going to be doing a customized prayer in the 5-day reboot that you're going to say every day to get back into the flow. If you don't know exactly who, you just have to say, here is my problem. I am not practicing what I need to practice. I cannot stay in the flow of the universe. I'm not staying aligned. I'm not doing what I need to do. Please help me. Please help me. Send me the resources. Send me the people. Send me the strength. Send me the guidance. Send me the will. Send me whatever I need to do it, right? So first and foremost, you can ask for help. Second of all, you have got to get centered. You've got to get centered. And you have to try and stay centered. But how can you get centered? There's a couple of different tools. Number one, you are going to call in, you're going to ground yourself in some way. You can go walk outside barefoot. You can smell different essential oils that are grounding. There's a million trillion things you can do. The easiest thing is, again, you're going to ask for help. You're going to call in Archangel Sandalphon and Mother Earth or Gaia, and you are going to picture, tree roots coming from the base of your spine, from the bottoms of your feet, and you're just going to ask, please ground me and center me into the earth today so that I may stay centered and balanced no matter what's going on around me. So you're going to ground yourself. You're going to center yourself. You need to protect your energy. There are prayers to protect your energy. There are crystals to protect your energy. You need to clear your own energy. There are prayers, there are crystals that can clear your energy. These are all little tools that you can do to strengthen your connection. And clearing your energy is a huge one. Whether you're doing it with a crystal, we're going to be doing it in the 5-day reboot. I'm going to be walking you through some of that clearing exercise, but on your own, you can be doing energy clearing exercises. What energy clearing exercises do is it shifts the energy in your body and it releases the resistance, right? So, and you don't have, there are so many energy. Of course, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorites, but there are so many different ways to shift and clear your energy on a daily basis. Little things that you can do that take minutes that shift your energy back. Step 3 of the higher help method is shifting and managing your energy, right? So taking that throughout the day, doing mini meditations. A mini meditation can be 60 seconds. 60 seconds. It can be up to 3 minutes. I still consider that mini. But 60 seconds throughout the day, setting alarm on your phone, taking it with you throughout the day, and just having the alarm go off, closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in and out, and repeating a mantra for 60 seconds. That is boosting your spiritual connection because you're releasing stress. That is centering you back. So now you've neutralized your vibration. If you're low, you've neutralized your vibration. So now you've raised it, right? And 60 seconds repeating a mantra 3 times a day. Repeating any mantra you want. I like the word release because I feel like now you're releasing all of the crap and the energy that is not good and the stress and the worry. You're releasing it all. You can use all is well. I am safe. I am connected. I am reconnecting now. Whatever, let go, whatever you want to do. Simple little things that you can do to balance and reconnect yourself. But we have to do them on a daily basis so that we are at a higher vibration, so that we are in the flow and alignment with the energy. Everything is energy, including us. And it is up to us to manage our own energy so that we are in alignment with the all-knowing, all-loving, all-joyful energy of the universe that is available to us, the abundant energy that is available to us. We need to manage our energy so that we can be aligned with the greater energy. And then things flow better. Things flow easier. Life is easier. Life is less stressful. That doesn't mean that you don't get kicked off sometimes. That doesn't mean that things don't happen in your life to knock you down or to throw you for a loop, because it does, because we live in this physical world, right? And we live in a human body. but it means that you have tools to shift yourself back. That's what it means, right? Life is never going to be perfect and joyful all the time, but it can be more often than not when we have the tools that can shift ourselves back, that can shift our energy back, that can realign our connection, that can reboot our connection. And these are things that we can do easily and simply. I've mentioned a bunch of them here. And I don't know what this cat is doing now. Mama, I'm going to make you say hi. So, you can probably see her on Instagram. Facebook and YouTube can't see her. You just see like there's a little tail here. Pets can raise your vibration, right? They can instantly connect you to joy and love. Take some time to just go and play with a pet or sit with a pet or watch them do funny things. I mean, my cats do the funniest stuff, especially my cat Dasher. Makes me laugh out loud. That reconnects you with joy. It puts you back into the flow because you're boosting your own energy. You're boosting your vibration. When you laugh and smile, instant boost. There are endless amounts of things, but here's the deal. We have to do them. We have to set them in our plan, and we have to do them on a daily basis. If you want to manifest the positive changes, if you want to start noticing the signs, if you want life to be easier, and if you want to feel good rather than anything other than good for the majority of the time, here she is, then you have to do them. And they don't have to take a lot of time. So in that 5-day spiritual reboot, and I'm doing it the last week of September. So it's September into the beginning of October. And we're going to go live. I'm going to go live 30 minutes a day for 5 days in a row. So you're going to get 5 mini classes with me and the whole group. And we are going to shift your energy, clear your energy. There's energy clearing. We're going to do some EFT. There's exercises. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're going to be doing together. And then you're going to have little workbooks with like things that are just going to take you minutes a day. And you're going to be building a routine from day one. So day one, we're going to start with mini meditations. Then you're going to add in a prayer every day. And it's going to kind of continue from there till we get to the 5th day. And then your goal is, okay, I've tried all this stuff. What do I really like? And what do I want to take into the rest of my life with me? Because that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to just reboot your connection and then the connection dies off again. I want you to maintain that connection. And I want to give you easy, simple things that you can do to maintain that connection. Because it is the key to everything. You want to open your intuition, your spiritual connection. Do you want to manifest your spiritual connection? Do you want to hear from loved ones who have passed on? A spiritual connection. Do you want to open yourself up to signs and have things flow easier and have the right people showing up at the right time and the right opportunities constantly flowing to you? Your spiritual connection. Do you want to feel good and happy and joyful and not be able to be knocked off as easy as maybe you are now? Your spiritual connection. Everything goes back to the spiritual connection and the connection that you have. And again, you are connected. So don't think I'm so disconnected. You might feel disconnected because again, it's frayed, it's muddied. The cord is not as strong as it could be. I always go back to like any of you who have iPhones, or I mean, maybe Android is the same thing. I don't know, but or like even your Apple computer, like where you have the plug and then like years ago, it doesn't happen as much anymore. Maybe they've improved them, but years ago they would like break and you would see like wires sticking through and you would be like, oh my God, let me just like, please just charge for today. Do you know what I mean? I'll get a new cord, but please just charge for today. That's how some of you are walking through the world with a spiritual connection. That's kind of like, please just get me through the day. No, you want full charge, 100% flow. That's where we want to get you to. So, and it's possible and it's simple and it's easy and it's just these little things. And so I've put together this reboot that is going to walk you through it. And you can join me. Again, it's starting on the 29th. I believe it is, of September, the last Monday of September, and it goes into October 2nd, I think it is, Monday through Friday. And Obviously, you'll get replays. You're going to get emails from me every day. It's just such a fun experience. And I love joining you guys every day. I mean, I love doing these weekly spirit boosts, right? But imagine every day you're going to get 30 to 45 minutes because I stay to answer questions. But we're going to actually be doing clearing and meditations and prayers and experiences. And I'm going to be answering all of your questions. So, however, either way, I've given you like 15,000 tips in this that you can start doing. And the goal is start with one. Don't overwhelm yourself, right? In the spiritual reboot, we're going to start with one thing, and then we're going to add another little thing, and then we're going to add another little thing. And then by the time you get to the 5th day, you're going to go, all right, this really works. Let me see. What do I want to keep doing out of this? What are all of these different tools? What do I want to keep doing? And then you take that into your life so that you can manage your own energy and manage your own vibration and keep yourself in alignment and in flow more than not. Again, can't do it 100% of the time, all the time. Life is life, but you can get yourself back quickly and you can keep yourself in it more often than not. Okay, let me see. Just want to see if I missed any, questions, comments, say hello. Please like the live. I always forget to say that. Hit the like button, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. I would very much appreciate it. So I know you're out there and you like what I am saying. Everybody's just saying hi. Hello. Hi, Sharon. I'm on a list to move. How do I manifest that move? You're on a list to move. So you mean like, I think I know what you're saying. So like how do you speed up the process is what you're saying? Well, obviously managing your spiritual connection will help, but asking for help with that. So, asking for help to facilitate a move, she just typed yes. Yeah. Asking for help to facilitate the move as quickly as possible that is in your highest good and the highest good of all involved, to a place that will be whatever it is that you might want, right? Whatever surroundings you're looking for, whatever criteria you have, or something better. But I would call in few different higher helpers, I think, to assist you with that. Whenever I think about moving or selling a house, buying a house, renting, whatever it might be, I always call on Saint Joseph because I go back to my Catholic faith. And no, you don't have to be Catholic faith to call on him. He is available. But he's like one of the patron saints of like home buyers and sellers. Again, even if it's a rental, it doesn't matter. So I always call on him to guide and direct that process. You could even do like a ritual with him where like you light a candle for 7 days, and you call him in and you ask for his help, 9 days. Did I say 7? 9 days. And you would call in, him and any other higher helpers who can facilitate this new beginning. There's a lot of higher helpers that can facilitate new beginnings. So I would ask for that help and keep yourself in a space of, I'm so excited, this is coming, right? So every day you would wake up and say to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that this is right around the corner and that this is coming. And I can't wait to see where I'm going to go. And I can't wait, maybe today's the day that I'm going to get the call, but I know that it's coming and I'm just so excited. And I'm just going to even start planning to move. Maybe I'm going to start packing some stuff. Maybe I'm going to start going through things and getting rid of anything that I don't want to take with me. Like kind of staying in that energy. And then asking for the assistance in the actual move, and in the actual tangible reality of it, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, wait, I just see another thing from her. She's been on over a 2-year wait. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would kind of shift yourself into that. I would probably do maybe a prayer with Saint Joseph specifically. Again, lighting a candle every day, calling him in, saying, please send me the signs, the synchronicities, the opportunities, align me with this so that it happens sooner rather than later, whatever is in my highest good. Because you do have to, you do have to submit sometimes to timing and divine timing, right? So sometimes we think like, oh God, I've had a 2-year wait, but maybe the perfect place for you has not been available yet, right? Maybe if you would have moved sooner, you would have moved into a place that was a problem. I've heard of this so many times where people have moved several times a year because they move in and then there's like a bug problem, or they move in and something breaks in the basement and they have to leave because now there's like sewage all up. There's so many things that could happen, right? So you could be being saved from having to move again in an emergency situation, right? We don't know this. We don't understand it. But oftentimes there is divine timing. But I would call in and ask for the help. You're welcome, and see how that goes. But again, I would start preparing like it's around the corner. I'm going to get a call any day or whatever it might be. And start preparing your house. Like, what do I want to get rid of? Let me declutter. What do I not want to take with me on this move? And just start getting into that energy. Peggy H says, I think my biggest problem is laziness. Yeah. Well, here's the thing though. A lot of what I do and what I teach takes minutes. So it kind of eliminates some of the laziness, right? Because it's not like, oh God, I have to go do this 20-minute practice, or, oh my gosh, even a 10-minute practice. Like, I don't, I have so many other things to do, and look at the time. I don't have the time to do it now. I don't have 10 minutes. So I think part of that is doing these practices that don't take as much time. Also, what I like about the spiritual reboot, the 5-day, is that you're doing it with a group. So you're going to want to do it and participate and show up every day and share. You know what I mean? So sometimes that kind of forces me to do things when I'm doing, even if you just partner with one other person and you're like an accountability partner. We're like an accountability group. But if you have an accountability partner where like every day, I have friends that like are on diets, and they'll text one another what they're eating to be accountable to another person, right? There's actually coaches that do that, like fitness coaches and stuff that have you text them and stuff like that. So sometimes it's about the accountability and getting someone, like your laziness can be overrid by like, oh, this is exciting, I'm doing it with someone else. But I also think starting small. So I gave you a bunch of stuff that you can be doing here. Just pick one thing to start. Don't say, okay, I'm going to do it all, right? And even during the spiritual reboot, like we're going to build, it's going to be one thing at a time that's building on one another. And then at the end, I say to you, build your own from here. What do you want to take with you? What do you want to take with you to continue, that you can, kind of commit to yourself that I'm going to continue to do it. But also, and I just have to say, because this literally just happened to me, look at, could there be a block to me wanting to do this? Could there be a block to me actually wanting to change? Is there something in me that is keeping me from doing the things that I want to do? Because maybe there's a fear or something around that, if that makes sense. Okay, let me see. Oh, somebody else was answering, Patricia. I love when you guys answer each other. The color red is associated with St. Joseph. Oh, great. Maybe a red candle. Italian. Thank you. We Italians wear red on his feast day, March 19th. That's a good point right there. Yes, you could definitely do a red candle if you have it. I mean, if you don't have a red candle, you could do any color. But I like that as a possibility of kind of calling in his energy. I think that's fun. That sounds fun. Carol says, yes, that excited energy, belief and intention, always the right divine timing, easy to notice the signs, etc. Yes, from higher help, 100%. So it's kind of like, getting yourself like, because right now when she says, oh, it's been a 2-year wait, it's like, oh God. Right? Like, it's been 2 years. What am I going to wait another 2 years? Like, this has been like, that's, that energy is like, oh my God, I'm never going to move. Right. And I get it, because 2 years is a pain, right? Like, who wants to wait 2 years? But if you can shift your energy around it, and you can ask for the assistance, and you can also ask for the assistance in shifting your energy around it, right? So even shifting your thoughts around it. So you can call in, every day I would also be calling in Archangel Jophiel and saying, Archangel Jophiel, who's the angel of beauty, please shift my mindset from negative to positive and hopeful. Call in Archangel Hope and hopeful energy around this move that I know is coming any day. Please shift my mindset from negative to positive and help me to stay in that excited, positive space. Another thing you can do, I'm on a roll now, so anybody else who's stuck, this doesn't just have to be about a move. Another thing you can do is assign a sign. So if you're going to decide to work with St. Joseph, you can assign him a sign, or you can assign a sign to your collective and say, I need reassurance that this is happening, that it's coming in my life. I need reassurance that I'm not going to be waiting forever. And give them a sign to use so that every time you see that sign, now it's either St. Joseph or higher helper saying, I promise you we're on it. Keep going. It's coming, right? It's like a sign of reassurance. I have that in the Higher Help Method book. So that's another thing that you can do, or that anybody can do, to try and keep themselves in that energy of hope. And yes, it's coming. I know it's coming. It's just not here yet, but it's coming, right? Years ago, gosh, we're going back, I don't even know how many years, a long time ago. I went to a medium. It was 4 years after my mother's death. So I must have been 22, 26. Oh my God, it's a long time ago. So I went to a medium and she was like, your mother is saying you are going to get married. I don't know why at 26, I was in this state of like, I'm never going to meet somebody. By the way, I didn't meet anybody till I was 37, but that's a story for another day. And she said to me, like, she wants you to know, it's a whole thing. I'm actually going to be posting something on my Instagram story, not my Instagram story, on my Instagram, of how my mother sent me my husband. So I'm not going to go into the whole story here. Check that out. I'm going to be posting it. But one of the pieces of the story was she kept sending me a song on the radio, a specific song on the radio. And the song was Michael Bublé's I Just Haven't Met You Yet. And every time I heard, for 10 years, okay, I heard the song on the radio, way past its date of being like popular, okay? And she would send me this song on the radio, and every time I heard the song on the radio, I'm like, I get it, Mom, he's coming. I get it, Mom, I know. I just haven't met him yet. It's going to be amazing and wonderful if you look up the song. Everything's going to be amazing. I just haven't met you yet. And she sent me this song all the time, to the point that like friends would call me and be like, oh my God, I heard the song. It's from your mother, whatever, right? After I met my husband, my now husband, never heard the song again, right? So that was like my mother's way of saying, like, I know it's been another year. Okay, now it's been 5 years since I told you you were going to, I know, but I promise you he's coming, right? So it's kind of like that. And again, I've never heard the song again. We've been together for 10 years. 10 years now. Like, not married for 10 years. We'll be married for 6 next month, but 10 years. Never heard the song again. So it's just like that little reassurance of like, I get it. It's coming. So if that makes sense, but stay tuned, because I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about that story and what the medium said, and how my husband actually matched up what my mother told me he was going to be. So it's a cool thing. And I'm going to put that in a scrolled story, a post on my Instagram. Maybe I'll try and get that out today for you guys, actually, because it's just a cool story and my mother is amazing. Okay. So having said all that, because I've been on here for a bit, because I can just go on and on, which is probably why those 30-minute spiritual reboot classes will be more than 30 minutes. And they'll be every night at 6 p.m. Eastern. Replay will be posted the next day. So again, if you want to join me in strengthening your connection, in boosting yourself up, in realigning yourself and learning how to easily maintain it, check out my 5-day spiritual reboot. It is linked below on YouTube and Facebook. I haven't done it in 3 years. Of course, I'm changing it around a little bit from 3 years ago, but it's basically going to be doing energy clearing live together. We're going to be doing prayers live together, meditations live together, and then you're going to have those workbooks every day that's going to give you the different steps to start incorporating into your life that take minutes to realign and reconnect you. And we'll spend 5 days together and it will be fun. I haven't done it, like I said, in 3 years, but it's always been so much fun. You can read the crazy, amazing testimonials on the page that people have just loved it in the past. So we are doing it. I think with everything going on in the world today, we all need a little reboot. We all need a little boost. And that's the goal of that. So check that out. Of course, you're going to you'll own all the replays, whether you can join me live or not. And it's going to be fun. So I thank you all for being here. I hope that you will take at least one of the tools that I just gave you here that you can start taking into your day to help with your connection, because your connection is the key to everything you're doing in your life, everything you're doing in your life. And we want to keep it strong and we want to keep it aligned, so that we can feel good, so that we can get the guidance and the help and the signs that are coming through to make our lives easier. So I just thank you so much, Claire, for the super sticker. You guys are amazing. On YouTube, that was. And as we're going into this weekend, how can you boost your own spiritual connection? You can do something that brings you joy as you move into this weekend. So pick something right now that you love, that you enjoy. If it's a couple of minutes, if it's a full hour, if it's small, if it's big, I don't care what it is, you're going to do it because it is going to boost your own spiritual connection. It is going to make you feel good. It is going to align you. And you deserve it. You deserve to do something that brings you joy as we go into this weekend. So do that. If you want to reboot with me, join the class that is coming up the end of this month. And I will be back here next Thursday for another weekly Spirit Boost. Please be sure to like on your way out the live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Sending you all my love, and I will see you in a week. Bye, everyone.